Hey guys, it's Mike with Riding in the Ozarks. And I don't usually do 2 videos in a day, but today's video is related to the video I put out yesterday. So Harley Davidson has come clean about why the plant shut down. And I say come clean like maybe they were hiding something. I don't know for sure if that's true, but let's talk about it. So over the weekend, I got a tip that the recent Harley Davidson plant shutdown may be related to a quality control issue because there were assembled bikes that were being held for quality issues before they could be picked up, even though they were ready to be picked up. They had been planned to be picked up, and then they found out they couldn't pick them up because there was a quality hold on the bikes. So that tip came to me over the weekend. I put a video out about that yesterday. I said, maybe it's not related, maybe it is related. I, don't know for sure. Well, Harley Davidson released a press announcement yesterday. I hope they would have done this regardless of whether I put my video out or not, but they have done it since and after I put my video out, so maybe they didn't have all the facts. Now, Harley Davidson originally said that they were going to shut down the plant due to a parts supply issue, shortage, etc. Now, I guess if the parts you have are bad and you got to get new parts, that is a shortage, and that's what it's probably turned out to be. The announcement that they put out, and I'm going to read it right here off this piece of paper because I don't want to get it wrong. Milwaukee, June 12, 2023, PRN Newswire, Harley Davidson Inc. was recently notified of a potential quality issue relating to a brake hose assembly provided by a Tier 2 supplier, Proterral Cable America, PCA, a portfolio company of Bain Capital, to the company's Tier 1 brake suppliers. The recently launched 2023 CVO Road Glide and Street Glide motorcycles do not utilize these brake hose assemblies. Following this notification, Harley Davidson will be running limited motorcycle manufacturing operation at its York facility. This is a new supplier quality issue separate from the matter that caused the production suspension in May of 2022. Based on the latest information provided by PCA, the company now anticipates resuming full motorcycle manufacturing operations at its York facility on June 26, 2023. The company does not expect international production to be meaningfully impacted. All right, let's break that down, a few things in there that are important. Somebody may wonder or question why the new CVOs are not impacted by this. Well, if you watch this video, on the 2023 CVO launch, I talked about that these are a totally new brake caliper design and setup on those CVOs. These are radially mounted Brembo brakes. They are a different caliper setup and different rotors than the previous CVOs and what the other touring models are running. So that's why they are not affected. It's a different braking system. Now, I can't say for sure if the calipers on the Softails and the touring lines are really the same or not. They may be. I haven't checked the specs on them. I was just familiar with the CVOs because I recently did this video on them. Limited production, what's that mean? Well, maybe the Nightsters and the Pan Americas that are running a different system, those bikes are probably different. They have advanced ABS stuff on them that maybe the other models don't have. I haven't really looked, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Pan America and the Nightsters have a different brake line and assembly setup than the more traditional Softail and touring models that we've had in production since 2018, 17. Who knows, the touring model brakes may go all the way back to 2014 when they started Project Rushmore with the linked braking system. I can't say for sure what all models are affected, but I do want to say that I am glad Harley Davidson came out and was transparent about what the issue is. Like I said, I hope they would have done this regardless of my video, but I'm going to continue to share things like that because if that has any impact on whether they do come out with this information or not, then I want to make sure that we kind of hold them accountable and that they do share that information when it's available. Again, I think shutting the production line down, fixing the brake lines is a good thing, not a bad thing. I'm glad they're being transparent about it. I had some people comment that they thought the shutdown was related to, supply chain issues because of the longshoreman strike in California and the ports being closed. I didn't think that was ever the case for a second. If those plants or those ports shut down, last week, it would be a week or two before that would have an impact on production normally. So I didn't really think that was related, and this kind of confirms that it's not a related issue. Also, some people commented that they might be shutting down to retool. Well, that's possible, but with the CVOs being announced at the homecoming rally at the beginning of July and showing up at dealerships in mid-July, I think production is already retooled for the CVOs. And because they don't release new motorcycles until January, I wouldn't think they would be doing any other retooling at this time. Now, I don't know every single thing Harley Davidson's doing. It's possible I'm wrong there, but that's kind of my thoughts on the matter and why I believed it to be related to something other than the ports being shut down or retooling. And it turns out in this case I got it right. I don't always get it right, but most of the time when I get it right, it's because I get good information from people like the person who tipped me this weekend, who follow the channel and want to share information with me so that the public has full information of everything that may be going on, because Harley Davidson does not always disclose everything. And I'm sure there's legal reasons why, and I get that. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to share information with you guys. I'm not bound by the same, legal obligations they may be. Now, based on how many hours old this story is, it looks like Harley Davidson released this news yesterday right after the stock market closed. So, that's actually a good thing on their part. It keeps people from having a knee-jerk reaction and selling stuff before they've had time to maybe think about it or look into it, see how big a deal it is. I looked at the stock ticker this morning. It's actually up a point. Been no significant changes up or down that I can see based on the last 16 hours and since the stock market opened this morning. It's not had a negative impact for Harley Davidson. That's good. And I do have a little concern if they'll be able to keep production up throughout the remainder of the riding season, but being that inventory looks like it's pretty high in the dealerships right now, this may not have a negative impact on most of the sales through the summer. This shutdown is coming a month later than the one last year, and inventory levels are better this year than they were last year at this time. I want to mention, because I think sometimes I hold Harley Davidson's feet to the fire, try to hold them accountable. That doesn't mean I'm a Harley Davidson hater. I own 3 Harley Davidsons. My girl rides a Harley Davidson. My friends mostly ride Harley Davidsons. I don't really care what you ride, as long as your knees are in the breeze and you're safe to ride with, then you're welcome to ride with me. But I do love my Harley Davidson motorcycles. I just don't love everything the company does as a company. You know how this ends. And I hope you guys all have a great week. Y'all stay safe and keep on riding. We'll see you in the next one.